Hello there guys, Aaron Chandler here for Forever Football DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. It's preview day for the match against Burton Albion at the Kickoff Stadium. This is an absolute crunch game tomorrow against the Brewsters, the Brewers, whoever they're called. And hopefully we don't turn up like a bunch of drunk badgers defending at the back. We're going to go through my predicted team in a little bit. Also go through my predicted scoreline as usual. And before we do that, we've got to look at, our form going into this. No winning 8, 4 losses in a row, 11th place, 17 points above the relegation zone. So we are, safe. 5 points away from 7th, 6 points away from 6th. No of the teams involved in who we're trying to go for are involved in today. I think Ipswich is playing today out of the 4 games, so that's like the only real one. But they're sort of, they're fighting for playoffs at the minute, even though they've got a bad form. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, we're not in a fantastic place right now. We're really not. We've got to improve. We've really got to improve. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this is the last preview using the setup. This setup, the office should be back by the next game. Review-wise, I'm not too sure. It just sprung to mind immediately. But yeah, I'm hoping now this is the last game using this, we can actually get 3 points now. But it's going to be interesting. Burton have won 10 out of the last 15. It's going to be a tricky game. Burton fans have been saying to me that they feel a lot better now with Jimmy Floyd Hasselbaink. And who can blame them? Who can blame them? They are practically safe. And they could do so many great stuff with what was going on. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbaink, you can get excited. You can get excited with Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's Burton Albion. Obviously a big week for Rovers. I didn't do a daily reports on this today, but because it wasn't, I don't think it's true in my opinion. But Daily Record Sport, who's a verified Scottish news source, was reporting yesterday that was reporting that Nicky Butt and Richie Wellens were possibly interested in the job in the summer for Donny Rovers. But apparently, according to that source, the number one, one of the number one interests is Mickey Mellon, the former Tranmere and current Dundee United manager. And do I think that talk's going to set Andy Butler back? No, I don't think it'll set him back. I think that Andy Butler will be calm, composed, measured. He'll do the job at hand. All managerial talk. And I said this in the review of the game at the weekend. Fans can scream Butler out as much as they can. It's not changing. He is coming here. He's staying here till the end of the season at least. If he wants to be involved in the manager process, that'll be up to him. If he wants to be involved in the interviews for the manager job permanently, that will be up to him. That'll be up to him. That'll be up to him. I see fans online saying, why, if they've not started the managerial process yet, why haven't they done that? Even if it's for next season, start the managerial process now so you're ready for the start of the transfer window. And I'm like, calm down, relax, take a chill pill. These things take time. The fact that there is reports from verified news sources that there is interest in these managers, then hopefully that means the recruitment process will start soon. I mean, it doesn't have to be now, but hopefully it will start soon. And, obviously I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but, if and only if Mickey Mellon was the choice, and this is where I compare what Butler needs to do to the end of the season to what I think Mickey Mellon would do if and only if this summer he stepped into the job and left Dundee United. Bearing in mind Mark Cooper has now parted company with Forest Green Rovers, so that is another guy that I'd like to see in the job. But imagine if Mickey Mellon came in. I think that his melon ball, should we say. I had some research into it. He's quite flexible with his formations. His tactics can be quite awful to watch sometimes, but it's very effective. Now, obviously, looking at Butler and what he needs to do, he doesn't need to copy Mickey Mellon. He doesn't need to, copy that. But I want to sort of have the chance to look at Mickey Mellon and what he does. But what Butler does that I think could be good is he says all the right things. And I think Mellon does that as well. But Butler says all the right things. And that's what a manager needs to do. And there's one thing that if Mickey Mellon's coming in next season, there's one thing that I want to see him do, or whoever the manager's going to be, do. And that's grab those players by the scruff of the neck and put them through their paces. Because I think Butler said it in his press conference after the defeat on the weekend. It's like they're in training and it feels good. There's a look of determination, all that thing. But for some reason, they can't transfer the skills from the training pitch onto the actual pitch. That's what he said. That's what Butler said. Next season, would Mickey Mellon bring in a massive new squad? Because let's face it, in my personal opinion, the loanies are going to go to their parent clubs again and find new clubs if they're going out again next season. The players that aren't signing new contracts are going to walk for free. If they're not signing a new contract, they're going to be allowed to walk. So we're going to need, and this is a rinse and repeat of 2 years ago. We need a completely new rebuild of this squad. Another completely new rebuild of this squad with loads of new players. With, let's face it, 1 or 2 loanees at the minimum. That's going to be the minimum here. And would a manager like Mickey Mellon be able to do that? I think we're in a very interesting situation where we need a complete rebuild. And hopefully Butler can steady us, get a few wins under our belt, steady us into next season, whether in the playoffs or not, steady us until next season, and then someone new comes in, whoever that may be, takes over and takes us to the next level. That would be the hope, whether that's Butler learning what he's learned this season, taking it into next season as permanent manager, or someone else, whether that's the names mentioned in the Daily Report, the Daily Record Sport article in the Scotland, where Mickey Mellon was mentioned, Richie Wellens was mentioned, Nicky Butt was mentioned. Nicky Butt's always a gamble for me. Nicky Butt's always a gamble. I don't like talking about the managerial situation, but it came up and I was like, I need to talk a little bit about this because I'm sure you guys will want my thoughts on it. But Nicky Butt is a gamble. I've never seen him in the managerial number one. He was rumoured to go to be assistant to Roy Keane at Celtic. So, is that true? Is Roy Keane going to Celtic? I don't think so. So Nicky Butt would be available. Richie Wellens' win percentage at Salford and Oldham's obviously a bit of a concern, but again, he's Donny through and through. He gets the club, but would it be a big job too soon for Richie Wellens? And again, Mellon Ball, his tactics are a gamble. So, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I heard yesterday about the report from the Scottish press about Mickey Mellon being, wanted by Donny Rovers. Obviously, we can't confirm or deny that, but if he is wanted by Rovers, if and only if he's wanted by Rovers, it should be interesting to see who comes into Mickey Mellon Ball. I mean, the only good thing, I think one of the great things about Mickey Mellon coming in next season, if that's true, is he'd bring in a lot of great talent from Dundee United. I think Lawrence Shankland and McNulty, they could be brilliant signings for Rovers. But enough of the future. Let's focus on the now and go into my predicted lineup. I've gone with the basic 4-4-2. That is what I've gone with. So, in goal, Ellery Balcombe. He didn't make any mistakes for the goals he conceded, so, he doesn't deserve to be dropped. Right back, Brad Halliday returns. I do see him return, in my opinion. Obviously, Reece James is going to be out for this game because of concussion. Coppinger's back fit. Halliday should be back, and John Jules should be back in by this Sunday. So he's still out for a couple of games, but Halliday should be back. He's at right back. Joe Wright and Tom Anderson in the centre. That would be my preference. Cameron John needs to be back on the bench. Brandon Horton. At left back, so obviously Reece James is out. And yeah, that should be interesting. Then we're going with the 4-4-2, of course. So on the wings, you've got Coppinger on the right, Sims on the left, Smith and Bostock in the middle, and then up front, Okunabiri and Bogle. Then on the bench, you've got Lewis Jones, Cameron John, Magic Gomez, Scott Robertson, Jason Lakilo, Taylor Richards, and AJ Greaves. So that would be my bench. Obviously, people are going to say, well, why start Brendan Horton? Well, you've got no other choice. People are like, well, what if Halliday's not fit? Who are we going to play at right back? I think it's going to be Joe Wright at right back and Cameron John in the centre-back position, if and only if Brad Halliday still isn't fit. Or what they might do if Brad Halliday's not fit is play Horton at right back and put Cameron John at left back. That could be another route to go down. So it all depends on Brad Halliday if he's 100% on, if he's guaranteed 100% to start or not. But there we go. So let's have a look now at my predicted scoreline to end the video. Obviously, we've talked a little bit about Burton. We talked a little bit about our current form. We talked about my predicted lineup. We talked a lot about this report that came out yesterday about Mickey Mellon for the job next season. Obviously, that's next season. We're focusing on the now. But, comment down below if you want to see Mickey Mellon in the job next season, or Richie Wellens or Nicky Butt or anyone that you want to see in the job next season. Or Andy Butler. If you're a fan of Andy Butler, comment down below and, comment down below if you want Andy Butler as manager permanently next season, because I'm sure, it'd be nice to see some positive reaction to Andy Butler, because he's got a lot of stick from fans, and that's not right, in my opinion. I think that's very unfair, in my opinion. But predicted scoreline. Obviously, I'm going to predict a win. I can't not predict a win. I've got to have confidence. But it's going to be hard, I'm not going to lie to you. So I'm going to go with a scrappy 2-1 win. I think we'll snatch a couple of goals, defend for our lives, and we'll see what happens. But there's a very high chance Burton could win. I think the bookies aren't a fan of us right now, so there's a very high chance that Burton's going to win this one. But I'm going to go with a 2-1 Rovers win. I've got faith, I've got confidence, and I'm not going to let the boys down. So there we go, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching this match preview. Thank you very much. My name is Aaron Chandler from Forever Football, DRFC. Don't forget, comment down below what your thoughts on the match are. What do you think the scoreline's going to be? Who do you think is going to play? And on that report that we got yesterday, do you think next season's manager will be Nicky Butt, Richie Wellens, or is it Mickey Mellon? Stay tuned and for more news on the managerial situation over the summer, and comment down below your thoughts, because I'd love to get your opinions. Obviously, that report from Scotland is just press, media, nothing confirmed in either way. They wouldn't have started the recruitment process by now. I said this already. But, obviously press starting to put stuff out there now heading into the summer, when there's no league football, and it's, obviously the main focus is on the Euros, which we'll cover this summer. But, obviously in terms of Doncaster Rovers, when the season's over, if we're not in the playoffs, then that's our season over. The focus is going to now be on predicting who's going to be the next manager. So the predictions have already started from the press, and obviously they've mentioned 3 names already: Richie Wellens, Nicky Butt, and Mickey Mellon. So comment down below if you would like those names. But for now, guys, keep living the Rovers life, and that, my friends, is full time. Rovers till I die. Come on, Rovers. Let's put some confidence back in this team and get 3 points over Burton at the Keepmoat Stadium.